Okay, it's 3:08 Holden rebuild time. This is the 308 out of my boat that was in need of some work, so it's gone away. Had the bores ground out, 60 thou over, had a clean up, I've repainted it and got it ready to go back together, give it a good clean. So we've got all of our parts sitting over here. New pistons and rings. This is the cause of the problem. One of the pistons pretty well crapped out, blown a big hole in the side there, hole in the rings, hole in the piston and everything. So I'll keep that one as a souvenir. Got a bunch of parts here. I got all the parts, all the red parts there, all been repainted, ready to go in. I got the crank, that was all still good. And the sump over here, we got the heads, which I'd previously had some work done on anyway, so they're all ready to go. We might just clean those up a bit before we put them back in. We've got the holly, and we've got all our bagged and tagged parts ready to go. So first step here, I think, is start to put the end plate bracket back onto the block, and then we can get it onto the stand and start to get some parts back into it. Here's a neat trick I saw online somewhere, just painting all of the end of these bolts ready to go back in to make them look nice. Yeah, just use a bit of cardboard, pop a hole through the cardboard and then pop your bolts in and then just spray away. I'll see how these go as we plug them back into the block. Alright, here's the Rolco bracket ready to go on. Slips right over the end here somewhere. There'll be a couple of guide holes to fiddle it in. I've got some high strength thread locker, so I'll use that on the bolts as I put them in. I'll tighten that down and then move on to the side brackets, and then we can put it up onto the stand. Alright, so we got the mounting brackets on, got the front mounting bracket on as well. I've got the frame that I've made up to fit into the stand, so we'll just fit the frame onto the end, line it all up, and then we'll jack it up, lift it up and put it onto the stand. Alright, I've just laid the block down. We have the block and tackle set up, ready to go. I've got a couple of straps just hooked through to lift it with, hooked on to there. So we're going to go ahead and lift. Just put the camshaft in and just locating it. I've also just put a bit of oil down into the slots there, because they run straight down into the camshaft, and it'll just help keep it greased up as I put it together. When we flip this up the other way, then the oil sitting in here as well will come down and help grease up the main bearing, so we don't have to worry about getting up to pressure too quick. Make sure we put the locking clip in to hold the camshaft in place. Just oil it up as we go as well. Okay, oil pump drive is next, so it sits just in there and drives off this main gear here. We've got a little pin to drop in, and we'll just give it a grease up as we put it in. We'll drop the main bearings in next. I've got them over here in order from front to back. You see they're all numbered here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rear main. And each of these in between here is just 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rear main. So I'll drop all those in now. I'll give them a clean as I drop them in, and then we'll grease them up, ready for the main big end to go in. No issue fitting these. They've got a little key on the end. The key fits into the gap there. Just make sure it's clean, and you don't want oil in between there. Make sure it's clean and not rusted up or dirty, but we don't need oil in there just now. And they just press in, make sure they're sitting nice and level, flush on each end, and that they're sitting right down into the slot. Okay, I'm just going to tap in the main seal on the end here. I'm just going to leave one end just down a little bit, so we're not sitting it flush with the edge there, so that the second one, when we put it on, just sits down a little bit into the gap, and we don't have a split all the way through, so it overlaps that split in between. So I'm going to tap this one down into the gap here now, and then we'll fit the other one into the clamp on the top. So put this one low and this one high, and then we'll meet it into the clamp when we put it on the top. Alright, so you see I've tapped this other side of the seal into the top bearing cap. This one's high, this one's low, this one's low, this one's high. So there's just that bit of a gap there, a bit of a recess in there. So it slots in nicely when I put the big end in. See if I can get it in without dropping it on my toes. These are all numbered and pointing to the front, so you see that little arrow on the left hand side there is the arrow, and the number above it there is just the one, so this is the first one, front of the engine. We'll give them all just a quick clean up as we drop them in as well, otherwise there I've left all the shells in there ready to go, so I know which one came out of which shell, so we're right to go, but we do have to get those numbers in order. Alright, these are all 70 pound, so I've got my torque wrench set to 70, so I'll torque them all down a bit. I've dropped on the cam chain and set it up and done the bolt up inside of the cam chain. There's a notch at the back there that makes it up with the actual cam assembly there. I've also taken note and just matched up the dots to the dots that I'd previously made, and the same on the top here. Actually, I need to move that one back a bit. I've moved it back, so I've got to slip the chain a bit across to keep it all lined up. So I'll do that now, and then I'll put in the oil pickup. Okay, cam gear's all lined up now, so I'll drop on the oil pickup. Alright, going to drop the rings into the new pistons. These have been pushed on, the old rods have been pushed onto the new pistons. And I'm going to start with the bottom ring here, the oil ring. Slot him in, grab one of the oil ring pieces, and we've got to put a ring on the bottom and a ring on the top of this slot. So, we just working down. Working around. It's in the slot. Top slot, that's fine. We have another one. I'm going to work him into the bottom slot. So that's both rings into the bottom slot. What we want to do is make sure that the ends of each of those rings isn't overlapping each other. So I've got the end of one ring there, and the end of the other ring just here. We also want to make sure that they're not overlapping that red and green part of the oil ring in between. So we're just going to move them all around so that they're just about opposite each other around the ring. I'll do that in a minute. Put on the next compression ring. Now these are different sizes, so we just need to make sure that we get it into the right slot. They're also marked top up. One. And this is the other. So I'll drop those into their ring slots now.
Hey, what's up? This is James Valentine.
And this is Adam Levine.
And we're from Maroon 5. Hey, Australia.
Tomorrow afternoon from 1, Maroon 5 is set to take over Nova. iTunes Festival 2014.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? All right. Live from the iTunes Festival in London. We'll play you guys some songs and also answer your fan questions. Don't forget to check out our iTunes on iTunes now, and we'll see you tomorrow from 1 on Nova.
Maroon 5's latest album, Beat, is out now featuring their hit new single, Maps.
90s and 40s gang today. Tickets at the door tonight at Track. Then Friday, October 24, the hardest partying DJ in the US lands at Track for...
stereosonic.com.au.
Janie in Preston, did I just hear you with another phone in the background trying to ring at the same time?
No, that wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's okay, Janie, I
I'm
understand.
desperate. What do you want me to do?
And you know what? I freaking love your commitment to it. I love that you've got multiple phones on the go.
I know.
Was it a landline? Because that's real hipster of you if you still have a landline as well.
I do, and I have an old Telstra phone that I can read illegally.
Well, look, you don't need to have 4 phones on the go anymore, Janie, because I just want to take the stress off your hands. 2 tickets, all yours. You are going.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Emery.
You are more than welcome. I can see how much you wanted these tickets to Stereosonic 2000.
Massive 16-inch Samsung Full HD Smart TV, 3D capable with 100Hz smooth motion, just $16.78. Paired with the Yamaha 5.1 channel surround sound system, only $388. Experience the action like you're at the game. Big screens, big sound from all the big brands. Shop in store or online and score a winning deal. Hurry, the annual Harvey Norman footy final sale ends Monday.
Capstone, there's no stress. Taxi booking by SMS. Capstone, there's no stress. Taxi booking by SMS. Capstone, taxi booking by SMS is the fastest way to book a cab. It's cheaper than a phone call and it's everywhere. Go to capstop.com.au and get your own. That's capstop.com.au. Taxi booking by SMS.
Are you ready for FIFA 15 on PlayStation 4? Go to Supplier.
I'm Leon Muggerman and I own the Leaf Store. Customers come to the Leaf Store because we have some of the best local and organic food Australia has to offer. Google helps the Leaf Store in many ways, whether it be driving directions to my business in maps, opening hours in search, or a phone number they can click to call me on their mobile phones. Would I
Wave after wave, wave after wave, so we drifted.
The list goes on. If you just say the words, I'll often run to you. Ooh, I lose ego. Over you. Ooh, I lose ego. Give me one good reason why I should never.
Diploma graduates are equipped to rise to the challenge. The SAGE Diploma has been developed with the industry for the industry, so you'll graduate as the type of trainer that's in demand everywhere. Ask more of yourself and of your course. Enroll now.
I know you thought that I wouldn't notice. Someone's cranky.
Walked in there and just said I'd be nice if you could take it back.
Last week's performance show, he was incredibly sick.
Did you notice on stage? No, we didn't. I mean, I knew you were sick before, but yeah.
Yeah, he should. He somehow kept it together on stage and made it through, but will he still be sick on tonight's X Factor live show?
I'll never feel alone. They've always been so kind, but now they've brought you away from me. I hope they didn't catch your mind. Your heart is
Hello, please. Here's the music.
Hey guys, I'm Iggy Azalea. First things first, I'm a realist. Let the whole world feel it. And I'm still in the murder business. I can hold you down like I'm giving lessons in physics. Right. One bad, don't like this. Drop it low, pick it up just like this. Couple A's, couple moves, couple Chris. I hear some of they have a ticket on my wrist. I'm already taking all the straight, never chase that.
Over you. Ooh, I lose you. My house in Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beautiful Castillo. You, ooh, I do you.